Everybody, welcome back. We are on part 3. I got to remember my parts, so I need to mark down where I leave off when I'm done, so that I can know what we need to talk about. So I'm going to get my little stickies out so I know I can mark the page where I am at. Okay, so you're going to need your gloves for this, as always. Or if you don't like wearing gloves, just be very, very, very careful. This is the hand that I usually hold them with, so it doesn't have a lot of paint on them. This one does, and I try to reuse them each time. If they start getting really, really grody, I will try to wash them off the best I can and reuse it as possible. You're going to hear the fan. It's hot, so, and it's on low, but I'm hot, so it's hot. So we are working on creases. So this is part 3, at least for this tutorial anyways. It's not really a tutorial, it's just paint with me. So you're going to need different brushes for this. You will need a sponge. I use one that's broken off that I haven't used yet, or if I have one with the same color, I will use it. But I think for this, I don't, so I will use a new one. So with creases, you're going to use these smaller brushes, and if they say it on it, I will tell you. I got my brushes at Walmart. These ones are my favorite, and they don't carry them anymore. I was so upset. Every time I go, I look to see if they have them. They don't have them. And I'm like, oh, those are my favorite. Those are the ones I started out using. Those are the ones I love. And then I did get these kind, and I think it's all rubbed off now. I don't think I have one with the name on it. Let's see. No. Let me see. One of these smaller ones might. This one does. And I have a black one. These are round. It's a round number 3, but I'm not going to use that. I'm using the really teeny one, and I modified it. So I'll talk about that. Okay. So I have brushes where I use them for like glues and stuff. Even though I clean them, they're still kind of hard. So I try to keep those ones to use that for that stuff. And then my good ones I try to save so I don't use them. Okay, so these green ones have some stuff on them. Let me see. This one's a 1. And it's by Royal and Lang Nickel. But it doesn't really matter. You want acrylic brushes or ones that you can use for any paint. And I would get the ones that have a bunch of different ones in them. Like I bought all of these. Where did I get these? I think I got them at Walmart. And they all had these small round brushes with them. These ones I didn't modify. So I got a variety of those ones. And then my 2 favorite ones. This one was a round one. It was probably the size of one of those though when I first got it. And I had my husband clip it. I don't know if you can see how it's cut, to make it really, really thin. So that can get into a really small area. And this one, I cut this one too. I don't think so. Maybe not. I might have. There's another one. They're really small. You need liner brushes. That's what they are. And so I use a variety of those. Depending on how I feel and what it looks like, I usually use the blue one and the black one. And I have these green ones. I think I've used this one before. So we are going to be using these thin ones for creases. So I'm going to talk to you about it first, and then I'll mix it up, because everybody's different on how they mix it. There's been people now that are using, what is it called? It's like makeup. It's like a powder. No, I'm not doing that. I'll stay with my paint. And we're going to use my new paint that I just got, and it's deep burgundy. It's a deep burgundy color because I want it dark. Now, to get this correct, and so it doesn't look like water stuff, like I don't know how to show you. It looks like a watermark, right? It's like, you can tell, right? You don't want that, okay? So when you're doing let's just take this one. I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to show you, and I will do it in a minute. But creasing is going to take you anywhere from an hour or so per limb, or a couple of days. It's going to be a little bit to do that. And I only have so much time today. I'll pick one that doesn't have as much. You do not have to do every single little line, okay? You don't. But do the deep ones, okay? I can use this one. You're gonna do the deep ones, like right here, in the ear, around the ear, back of the head, right in front of the eyes here, or around the nose. You're going to take some of that red and you're going to put it inside the nostrils, and you're going to leave it there because you want it to stain it. And then you're going to take another dry brush and kind of dry it out. But you don't want it to look like what, you know what I mean? You don't want it to, we'll probably come across it. I'll show you. The angel's dip right here. I usually do that a little pink, not the red. And the lips. The lips, they've got little lines in them I may do a little bit with, just because I want it to stick out. So there's really not a whole lot on this head. There's enough, but there's not a whole lot. So I'm going to have to root eyelashes on her, and the best way to do that is upside down, and it's got the lines, right? I don't know if you can see this line right here? That's where I root the eyelashes, is in there. And you do that before you put the eyes in. And every time I get this, because you have to cut the eye socket open in the back, and I don't do that until I'm done painting. So it's hard to glue the back of the eyelashes, because you have to do it from inside here, and it's hard to do when you only have so much room. So it kind of sucks, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so on the feet, on this one, the feet and the hands are going to take me the longest, because look at all these. Look at that. So fun though. It makes the doll, you know what I mean? And it's got deep ones right here, you know, not these little teeny ones. You can if you want to, but mostly the deep ones. And I will, when I'm doing creases, I will also add some color to the toenails, so they look like, when you do nails, it looks like it's a little burgundy underneath it, and then you do the pink on top. So that's what I do. That's when I do that. Well, I'll talk to you about that when we do that. So this might be divvied up into, I don't know, it's going to be a long video. So let's mix up first. Let's move these ones out of the way. I'm going to leave these out because I will probably use, if not all of them, a couple of them. We're going to need our water. Now with the creases, I like to have it so it shows up. Otherwise you're going to be doing it 2 or 3 times. I don't want to do that. So you will add your paint emulsion stuff or whatever you're choosing for the paint to stick with. One little drop. Mix that up. It's going to make it cloudy like a milk, like 1% milk. You know how it's milk but it's water kind of thing. And then we are going to add, I don't think you want to do it. Okay. I'm going to start out with just a half a brush. This one has much closer than that. And it's making it look red, like a red. It's supposed to be burgundy. So I'm going to add red. Because it's supposed to be a burgundy. I mean, it is burgundy. But this isn't like a preemie baby, so you don't want it real dark anyway. It's going to be more of a newborn color on this baby. It's not going to be real dark, and it's not going to be real light either. Well, it looks like we might just use this color. We'll see. If I don't like it, I don't know why it's not that dark. It is not that dark. See what I mean? It's not that dark. It is burgundy, but it's not that burgundy. So I may end up using my other one. I don't know. We'll see what it looks like. Let's try it out. So get your brush wet. You have your nail. So let's see what it looks like in the back here. And you're just gonna add it. Just gonna add it, and it's water, so if you move this way or move this way, it moves. So you're gonna take your brush or your sponge, and you are going to tap it just to get the wet off. I don't know. Can you see? See, it's a little bit. I'm really not too happy with it. We'll probably have to do it 2 or 3 times. But like I said, when you use red, it stains the vinyl. See, I want it to look like that, and it doesn't when I take it off. And you don't want to set it on there too much, or you're going to have what I'm talking about. It's going to look like water paint, you know, and you want it to blend it in. That's pretty good. I have to look at it away from this light, because this light is bright. Here we go. So that looks pretty good. And it's going to be covered up with, mottling and everything. So we did that one. This one's going to go all the way around. This kit is from 2006. It's an older kit. I bought it when it was on sale when they were trying to get rid of stuff. When you can get them for cheap money. So you can pass along the savings, you know, to your customer or yourself, whatever. Yeah, you're probably going to have to do it twice for it to look decent. the detail, you know. And be careful when you take your brush away because I've hit her head twice now. I probably put too much water in it because I want it to be a little, so it sticks on there better. And this is what I'm talking about right here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it real well. Let's get into a different light. It's still shining. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. We're looking right here. See how it kind of looks like water and it left lines? You don't want that. Don't want that. Don't want that. So you have another brush. They have water. The little thicker one. And you can add water to it. And just kind of thin it out a little bit. Not so noticeable. So there's the neck. See, underneath isn't, and you probably won't see the underneath because of that's where you connect it when you put the body on. So you probably really won't see underneath that well, but you will under the chin. So we will put some under the chin. Although I've seen some other babies and people painting them and it looks like that, so I don't know. I don't like it. Maybe it's supposed to look like that. I don't like it. I just like the color inside the crease, not outside of the crease. But in some aspects it's gonna blend like that. Take her out of this light because it is not helping me. And if I really want it to stay, I will leave it on there for a minute. So I got her little chin right there. And she's got those little lines. This baby's a little chunk. I mean, I want creases, but I don't want creases, you know. I want it to kind of stand out, but I don't want it to stand out. And we're going to be doing creases again. You do it twice. You can do it as many times as you want after each layer. So after we're done with this, this is going to take 1 minute. So after this we have the bluing. That'll go by quick. And then the yellow. That'll go by quick. We'll do those in the same video. And then veining. We'll probably do all that in one. And then mottling. Then you're almost done. Once you get the mottling, you're almost done. and just drop it inside the nose. And then after I'm happy with it, letting it sit so it stains it. And the lips will have little teeny lines. Out of her nose, and I don't want it to come out, so I'm kind of painting upside down. So I'm going to do going around the nose. You see, this light is horrible. Okay, so it did around the nose. I got those inside the nose. I got it in the lips. So now I'm going to take the dry brush. It's not really dry, but we're going to go back into the lips and get what is still wet there, which you can tell. And around the nose. We'll grab that. You can tell. Okay. I'm trying to get it into a light where it's not like horrible. Okay. So you can see a little bit right here. You can see that the inside of the nose is pink. Inside here is pink. And right here is pink. And right here is pink. And right, doesn't look like it. It is though. Right around the neck, right here, that's pink. Okay, so now we will do around the eyes and down underneath the eyes. You don't want her to look like she has a black eye. Just want her to see the little wrinkles. See? And we're going to sop that up. That one looks kind of perfect. Okay. I'm just going to kind of sop it up. Now I'm not going to do that line around her eyes right here because her eyelashes are going to go in there. So I'm not going to do that. And we haven't done the ears, so let's do the ears. Mix up your paint. Take some of it off the brush, not all of it. down inside the ear and those deep crevices. Now we are going to tap it out. You can use a bigger brush or this. We have some of these little ones here that I'm using just to soak it up. And it's just to make it look, it's giving it, what's the word, definition. See, it made it, see how different? Gave it color. So now we're going to do this side, and then I'm painting this. I'm going to put some in the deep spots. Let it sit there. So I'm ready to take it out. You know how you color in coloring books and you color the outside line darker than what the inside color is? Same kind of thing. You're outlining the ear before you paint inside the ear. You're outlining the deep sections. I'm just going to soak that up. There's that ear. That ear. So you can see that I've outlined the ear and I've colored the inside of the ear. The inside, right? Just like we did the nose. It's darker than it was, right? So that's all you do. Just make sure you try to get all the ucky off, you know, the water part of it. So there's her head. And she looks pretty good. There's still some water issue over on this side that I'll have to adjust. And this is the time to do that too, because it's not, we haven't sealed anything. But we're not going to take alcohol and try to rub it off either, because then you're going to take off everything else. But I'm going to fiddle with that. I'll fiddle with that. So then I'll do the hands and the feet creases and be back. Actually, when I come back, we'll be ready for the next part, which is the bluing. So when we do that, I will show you the lines and everything after I've done that. Okay, thanks for watching part 3. So creases, just go slow, take your time, do a little bit, pounce it, do a little bit, pounce it. That way you don't get that water line, because you are working with red. So, alrighty, we will see you in the next one. Bye now.